Namaskar, welcome to Tantra Thoughts. My name is Gustavo. Today's video is called Meditate with a Mantra. Let's start off by discussing what is the literal meaning of mantra. Man means mind and tra means liberation. A mantra is basically a sacred word or a group of words or a sacred sound that you repeat over and over again in meditation because it will have a special effect on your mind. The human mind is not designed to think about more than one thing at a time. People really want to believe that they can multitask, but actually it's impossible. Even when you think you're doing two things at the same time, you're actually switching your focus from one thing to the other, even if it's happening at microsecond speeds. And really, it should be good news for a meditator that you can only concentrate on one thing, because that's what your mind is designed to do. It's designed to just focus on one thing at a time. So in meditation, you can focus on the mantra. Meditation is a mental thing, and you need your mind to meditate. And there's no denying that the mind is like a monkey swinging from branch to branch, preoccupied with thousands of thoughts that sometimes lead you straight to the shrink's office. And the whole point of using a mantra is to help harness the mind. So back in the day, when the yogis were trying to figure out what is the best way to meditate, they identified that using a mantra is good because a mantra helps to take control of the mind. They couldn't empty the mind, as is popular to say. They had to focus it. And not just by allowing a stream of consciousness to vaguely drift their minds in the right direction, but by narrowing down all of their spiritual sentiments to one idea or one word, which became the mantra. There's an ancient yogi proverb that says, "As you think, so you become." So what will happen to you after repeating your mantra for years and years? Your mind will eventually become the mantra. Meditation is going to make your mind more subtle, because as you practice meditation twice a day for extended periods of time, you are going to be cultivating that one thought which should be your mantra. The more you repeat that mantra, the more that your mind will become the mantra. So your mind becomes more subtle the more you meditate, because the mantra is a very subtle thing. Your mantra could mean, "I am consciousness." It could mean, "All is consciousness." And so what's going to ultimately happen is that your mind is going to become consciousness. The mind is a psychic thing. It's not a physical thing. Much like water that takes the form of a container that it's in, the mind will take the form of the thought that it has. So for example, if you close your eyes and you visualize a trumpet, in that moment your mind is a trumpet, because it has taken the form of a trumpet. So as you think, so you become. So eventually what will happen is that your mind will take the form of the mantra. And if the mantra is something so expansive, like "I am infinite consciousness," then your mind is going to take the form to fit that gigantic thought, which, as you can imagine, is going to ultimately allow you to expand your humanity to godliness. So you're supposed to be repeating your mantra in meditation, usually with every inhalation and exhalation of the breath, in a relatively rhythmic fashion. So that repetition works as a kind of strength builder for the mind. For example, when you go to the gym and you are working out your biceps, and you're using dumbbells to do repetitions of 8 or 12 per set, you're breaking down this muscle so that later it can regroup and rebuild and become stronger. Repeating the mantra also makes your mind stronger, because with each repetition, you're breaking through the layers of the mind, which allows you to rebuild your mind into a higher vibration or frequency. So bringing this mantra into the mind and practicing that concentrated thinking creates stronger thoughts. It creates a stronger mind. It is the way to make a mind stronger. The benefits of having a strong mind is that your willpower increases, your mind becomes stronger, your thoughts are stronger. You're also able to materialize your desires more quickly, which is an advantage to being a meditator, but you also have to remember that it's not always good to get everything that you want. Now, the Sanskrit language is as old as Tantra, if not older. And as I mentioned in my video, Tantra explanation, what is Tantra? The creation of Tantra and the Sanskrit language really helped to jumpstart human civilization. Sanskrit was engineered by yogis using the same intuition that allowed them to discover things like chakras and koshas. The Sanskrit language, as I said, it was created and it has 50 different letters to its alphabet, or 50 different sounds. Now, in the first 6 chakras of the human body, there are 50 petals altogether, because when the yogis observed the chakras within the body, they saw them as lotus flowers with a particular number of petals. The base chakra has 4 petals. The second has 6. The third has 10. Over here there are 12 petals in the heart chakra. In the Vishuddha chakra there are 16 petals. And here in the third eye chakra there are 2 petals. In each of these petals, they also observed, is a particular sound and a particular human emotion or propensity. So they saw on these petals also the symbol that represents those human propensities, which are in Sanskrit called vrittis. I'll just give you a few examples. In the base chakra, there is the vritti of kama, which is physical desire. In the second chakra, there's a vritti called avishvasa, which means lack of confidence. In the solar plexus chakra, there's one for hatred and revulsion. In the heart chakra, there's the vritti of hope, which is asha in Sanskrit. Here in the Vishuddha chakra, you have nama, which is surrender to the supreme. And in these 2, there is mundane knowledge and spiritual knowledge. So those are just some examples of some of these different vrittis. Now, if a mantra is in Sanskrit, it means it's going to be made up of these letters or sounds that are also the vrittis in the body. So every time you say a Sanskrit word or you repeat a Sanskrit mantra, it's like you're pressing the button on those vrittis in those chakras. So of course it's going to have a more direct effect on your mind. And it's also going to help to balance out your mind, because essentially your mind is distributed among these 50 vrittis and also distributed among those 7 chakras in total. So thank you for joining me today on Tantra Thoughts. I hope you found this video helpful. Namaskar. Baba Namo Kevala, Baba Namo Kevala, Baba Namo